Hi everyone, before I start drawing, I just wanted to talk to you about an app that I started using last year called AMINO. They've been really supportive of me, and they're based around supporting the arts community and helping artists post their work in a place that they'll find support and motivation. They offer a place for you to meet and chat with other artists. You can vote in polls and take part in discussions. They even have a forum section and a bunch of different communities for you to be a part of, and depending on what you're a fan of. I know what it's like when you start posting your work on the internet and you want to find a place that you can find lots of support and encouragement and motivation, and I can promise you that this app is the perfect place for that. My username on there is LethalChris, so be sure to follow me. I'm going to be posting some polls so that I can find out what you want to see me draw in future videos, so I look forward to seeing you on there, and yeah, please vote on the polls so that I can find out what you want to see me draw. I've left download links for the app in the description box below, so be sure to check it out and download the app and see what you think of it. I know that so many of you are going to love this app, and I feel like it will help so many of you. Thanks for watching this, and enjoy the rest of the video. Hi everyone, and welcome to this episode of Fan Art Friday. I'm really happy to be working on some more Tokyo Ghoul fan art, especially after the stuff I worked on last year, and I loved working on the recent Rise drawing. And thank you so much again for all of the drawing suggestions you've been leaving in the comments. It means so much to me that you want to see me work on these drawings, and I look forward to uploading these videos every week. For the outlines of this drawing, I used a Sepia coloured Copic multiliner pen that's 0.05mm. This pen is extremely fine, but I found that that's really helpful when I want to draw the fine lines and the fine details, especially when working on hair. And then it's especially helpful when you want to create the thick lines as well, so you have that kind of control. So for details like Kaneki's mask and their eyes, this pen is really helpful. For the colouring of this drawing I used Copic Markers, and to start off with the skin tones I used a mixture of pale grape, pinkish white and blush, and I added some extra shading around the skin tones with the cool grey number 3. And then moving on from the skin tones, for the colouring of the eyes I used a crimson and cardinal Copic marker for the irises, and then I used the cool grey number 3, 5 and 7 for the shading around the eye. For extra colouring of the whites of the eyes I used a pure pink marker, and I feel like that really helped to make the eye stand out from the face, and I wanted to make the eyes a prominent feature, especially with them being the ghoul's eyes. They just look so awesome when they're really bright red, and I wanted to make them stand out even more, and so I used the Uni-ball highlighter pen. I even added some highlights around the bottom of the eye, and I feel like that really helps to make the eyes stand out even more. For the shading of Kaneki's mask, I used the cool grey markers again, ranging between 3, 5 and 7, and then I added some extra black Copic marker over the top of that to add some of the really dark shading. And then for the reds of the mask, I used the same markers that I did for the eyes. I used the crimson and the cardinal Copic markers. For the lighter shading of Kaneki's hair, I used the cool grey number 1, 3 and 5. Only using little bits of the number 5 and using mostly number 1 and 3, kind of blending between them and adding shading where I felt appropriate. I wanted to keep this section as light as possible to contrast with his mask. And then moving on to Touka, I wanted to make the skin tones a bit lighter and brighter, so I used more of the pinkish white and the blush. I used the blush especially on the tip of her nose and around the edges underneath her hair, and I feel like this really helped to make her kind of stand out in the background. I wanted to keep the lines really fine, but I wanted to make the colours a bit brighter. I used the same method as I did for her eye as I did for Kaneki's, and I wanted to make the eyes stand out on both of these characters, as I mentioned before, so I used a black Copic multiliner to add eyelashes and make them really stand out. For the colouring of Touka's hair, I used a blueberry Copic marker, and then I added some extra details with the amethyst Copic marker. I wanted to make some of the edges a bit lighter and make them stand out, so I used a pure pink, and I kind of had that kind of outlining some of the hairs around the bottom of the image, and it kind of makes it look like the sun is reflecting through the hair, and I love that effect. As I mentioned in one of my previous videos, I love using the blueberry and the amethyst together. I think they work so well together for hair like this, and I wanted to find more excuses to use them. So yeah, I loved working on this drawing, and especially for colouring this hair. To add some highlights to the hair itself, I used the Uni-ball highlighter pen again, just to add some highlights around the top and make that stand out even more. I decided to leave the background white in this drawing. I couldn't think of a suitable colour that would have helped make these characters stand out even more than they already do. And I was actually really pleased with the results. Leaving all of the outside lines really fine and concentrating all of the prominent features to their faces, I feel like that had a really good effect on this drawing, and it directs your focus to the important features. I didn't want to take away from that, and I was really pleased with the results, especially using the new skin tone markers and getting another chance to try out these hair colours. It was so much fun, and I love working on the drawings like this, so thank you so much for all of your suggestions. It really means a lot to me. Please let me know what you think of this drawing in the comments below, and if you enjoy videos like this, then make sure you're subscribed, and any likes or shares on this video are hugely appreciated. It really means a lot to me, and I love working on videos like this, so any encouragement is hugely appreciated. If you want to follow me on Twitter or Facebook or Instagram and follow along with the progress photos throughout the week, then be sure to check out the links in the description box below. And once again, thank you so much for the support on this channel. It really means a lot to me, and I hope you're having a great day. Thanks for watching this video, and I'll see you all soon.